do that. Lien keeps, dives inside Clancy Welsh, who helped to knock him down. Slavin there to help wrap up the tackle.
That play by Baggot, Todd, very close, almost could be called interference. I think the reason it wasn't called interference, Baggot had both hands out in front of the receiver going after the football. There was contact, you're right. 61 yards on the ground now for Lien, 14 carries. And he has the only score of the football game.
He picked up 3 on that play. And will look to throw, now tuck it back under and gets tripped up. Just about found an open alley, but Mark Russell was there just enough to spin him. And he also tripped over the leg of his center, Pat McCann. So Lien scrambling, almost picking up some yardage there, but it'll be a 3rd down and long. Here's a further update on some of our playoff games. Colfax leading Kashmir now 7-6 at halftime. A finally afraid, the defending Class A champions, beating Chewelah by a score of 28-0 to move to the semifinals. And at halftime, Bi-County League champion Freeman. The Scotties lead the Kittitas Coyotes by a score of 14-0. And again, that ball game being played in Ellensburg. 3rd down, Lien keeping, diving towards the middle of the field. That's almost like a late run for a field goal, Rich. They just took it to the middle of the field, set things up for Birdtail.
Right, Lien didn't want to get too far outside, Todd. You could see when he got right to the middle of the field, he took a left turn and kept it right up the middle. He wasn't so concerned with the 1st down as he was with keeping it between the hash marks, and Mr. Birdtail be on for about a 39-yarder.
Birdtail 13 for 14 in field goals this year, a long of 49. His only miss last week, a 53-yard try into the wind in Richland, which fell just short. This one will be a 39-yard attempt. Backlund the holder. And it's perfect. 2nd field goal given up by Gonzaga Prep this season, and it propels the Saxons to a 10-point lead with 4:37 left to play in the 3rd quarter. It's Ferris 10, Gonzaga Prep nothing as we take this timeout on the Rainier Bank Game of the Week.
This is one of the reasons Chris Carpenter is so tough to cover, Todd. He's a big tight end. But watch what Baggot does. Rather than stand behind and let him catch the ball and make the tackle, he takes the initiative, cuts in front. See the hand out in front? He got the hand out in front of the receiver, got a ball on it. There was contact, Todd. You're right. Maybe there could have been a flag.
Yeah, I think he might have denied Carpenter the right to catch it. However, it was also a pass that was pretty well telegraphed as Graham Pederson was kind of looking towards Carpenter the whole way. Birdtail's kick short of the end zone for the first time. Byrd takes it at the 1. Has an alley and some blockers still. Birdtail trips him up over the 40-yard line. Doug Birdtail on the stop. He celebrates a little bit as he goes back to pick up the tee. And so the Bullpups have some momentum, but now need a couple of scores to get back into this game.
We talked about Birdtail at the outset of the ball game. 3 field goals last week. Tied a GSL record with 10 on the season, and he connects here. And that's the field goal that they wanted early in that 1st period where they went for it on 4th and short.
Uncharacteristic turnovers have hurt the Bullpups tonight, 2 causing them ends of perhaps touchdown scoring drives, and the 3rd sets up a Ferris field goal. Again, if you're joining us late, the Bullpups have twice fumbled from the Ferris 20 or inside of the 20. Pederson keeps. 1st down and more. Good block by Carpenter, and Graham Pederson's gone. A new wrinkle as they brought Branson around the other way. It fooled the defense, and Don Anderson has gone back to the playbook for another page that he didn't have to reveal until now. 59 yards on the keeper for Graham Pederson, his 13th rushing touchdown of the year.
Todd, defending the veer, defending the bone is a matter of assignments. I'll take dive man, I'll take pitch. Who's got quarterback? No one. Pederson does a good job of turning up. He makes a nice move, gets a block from Carpenter right there, and that was the key. The Carpenter block picked off 2 men, including Damon Evans, and it was Pederson all the way.
Longest run of the year for Graham Pederson. H.J. Dygert on for the point after try. And gets it. Dygert, 34 out of 35 now for the season. And the Bullpups have momentum in a hurry as you see Graham Pederson, his longest run of the year. 3:57 left to play in the 3rd quarter, and it's Ferris 10, Gonzaga Prep 7. That little motion with Branson, bringing him around from the left half, was enough to fool the defense. Just like you said, Rich, responsibilities made a big change. Well, Freddie Krueger is bent on tearing apart a symbiotic relationship when 2 identical twins merge their dreams to combat him. Can 2 defeat Freddie? find out on Freddy's Nightmares Saturday night at 11, right on Fox 28.
A symbiotic relationship.
There's a look at Don Anderson.
Symbiotic?
Oh, not again, Rich. I'll tell you after the game.
Tell me after the game. I need a thesaurus with this thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm doing high school football. Talisman, symbiotic, all kinds of great words.
Yeah, but you're a major multi-sport broadcaster with fine renowns, publicity, and press clippings. You've got to know these words in your multifaceted career.
I spend so much time on a bus, you would think I had time to look those things up.
Start carrying that thesaurus with you to Moose Jaw, and you'll be in great shape. It'll make the trip seem just that much shorter. Besides, you can quiz all the players as well. If we get a chance, let's throw a camera on the Ferris return men for a second, and we'll show you what they're doing as they wait for H.J. Dygert's kick. Morris and Morton are back deep, and you see what the Saxons do. They disguise Morton as long as possible, and they'll split them as the ball is kicked so that Dygert can't kick to a certain location. That's one thing the Bullpups have done all season. They've told him to kick it high and which side of the field to kick it, but the Saxons will disguise Morton, the guy they want to catch the ball, as long as possible, and then let him sprint to the football. Morton, of course, with a 98-yard kickoff return for a touchdown in the Saxons' victory over Central Valley as H.J. Dygert set to kick.
And he had that big punt return that almost set up another Ferris score in this first half.
There you see him split, and they guess right as Morton goes to the near hash, but won't even return this one. It goes out of bounds. H.J. Dygert having some kicking tee problems as he had to come over for one earlier. Now you see him coming back over to the sidelines again to talk to Don Anderson. And they threw a new kicking tee back out as we see the quick drive.
Yeah, real quick. It's the tee's fault, Coach. Give me a new tee.
The drive of brevity for the Bullpups.
Yep. And a play, you're right. We haven't seen that. I don't think we've seen that all year, Todd, where they bring that motion man around, starts the dive option. And I think that confused the Ferris defense because no one had quarterback. They had the pitch man covered, they had the dive man covered, but no one had Pederson.
Good speed, too, by Graham Pederson, as well as the great block downfield by Carpenter.
And he's got deceptive speed, Todd. He's a big kid, and you don't expect a big, tall quarterback to have much speed, especially to the outside.
Averages nearly 6 yards a carry. Dygert kicking off a second time. Gets this one high. Morris will take it at his own 22. Good coverage by the Bullpups to give him only about 6 yards on the return. Making the initial hit was John Trainer. And the Saxons will start at their own 29-yard line.
And the key for prep right now is to move forward, Todd. Last drive they had, the drive before the G-Prep score, they moved backwards. They had 2 illegal procedure penalties.
Saxons have it at their own 29-yard line. Hanon, the single setback. Goncalves, the intended receiver, incomplete. Trainer there on coverage. Larry Goncalves out for only about the second time, and if that one clicks, he may be off to the races with his speed.
It's tough to throw to someone who's not in the game for, continually. When you bring someone like Gonzalez in on the sideline, it's pretty obvious. Here's Gonzalez. He's their deep man. They may be going to him.
And tough to throw to someone that you haven't had a lot of time to practice with all season long.
If they're going to throw to Gonzalez, I would expect to see him in most of this second half.
He is in again, split to the bottom of your screen in the 4 wide receiver set. Trips to the right side, the wide side of the field.